Hi, I'm Jo, and I'm again out walking my dog, this time in the Leicestershire countryside just outside Market Harborough where I live. I just wanted to share a thought for the day with you that is based around my hens, and it's probably an unusual topic for a thought for the day, but I wanted to tell you about two hens that we got 2 years ago, and these were ex-battery hens. And I went and picked them up and brought them home, and they came to us, and before coming to us they had lived in a cage so small that they couldn't stand up, they couldn't turn around. They had patches of bare where their feathers hadn't grown properly, and they came to us and we introduced them slowly to our hens that we already had, and they went to live in with those hens. They had a nice hen house and a lovely bit of garden that was probably around about maybe 500 times, if not more, the size of the cage that they had been used to. And they had company, and they were able to grub around in the dirt and look for little things that they could find, and they had the food that we gave them, and they had a great life in this lovely big pen. But what I soon noticed about them as they grew more confident and their personalities began to show, that whenever I'd go out to feed them and I'd open the gate to go in, they would make a dash to get out into the garden. And they just wanted to be out in the main area of the garden and see what else was out there for them. And so sometimes I would leave the gate open and I would let them have the run of the garden. And then a few times after doing this, I went out to look for them, and they weren't anywhere to be seen. And I went round the side of the house, and they were sat round by the gate out that leads outside the garden. And it was as if they were saying, right, what else? We've found this freedom. We want to really explore and find out what other delights are out there for us. And it just made me think and reflect on my walk with Jesus. He brought me out of captivity into freedom. And yet, where have I just become satisfied? Where have I decided that I've got enough freedom? And why am I not more like my hens, who are constantly seeking more freedom? And this led me to a couple of verses in the Bible. One is in 1 Ephesians 1, where Paul says that God has lavished his grace upon us. And then in John's first book, 1 John, he says that God has lavished us with great love. And the word lavish, it's not a stingy word, it is such a generous word, that God has lavished love and grace upon us. And you cannot lavish out of a lack, you can only lavish out of abundance. And it's just made me wonder, Lord, where have I felt like I've had enough? I've got enough of that. Is it in my prayer life? Have I thought, God, I've done a lot of praying. It's not an area that I feel I need to grow in anymore. I'm quite happy with where I'm at with that. Or is it in reading my Bible? Do I approach the Bible and think, actually, I've been reading this for a long time now. I feel like I've read enough. I feel like I understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it, but in some ways, is that actually a representation of how I approach the Bible? That, I've read this before. Yeah, there's nothing new here for me. Or is it in my walk with the Holy Spirit? Have I decided, Lord, I've got enough of your Holy Spirit. I feel like I'm all right there. I don't need any more, thank you. But I want to be like my hens. I want that attitude that says, Lord, what else? What else, Jesus? Jesus, what else are you? What else do you have for me? What else is there in my life that you want to transform? Where am I falling short? Where can I learn to pray more? How can I do that? How can I just know you more in my prayer life? What in the Bible have I decided that, I get that? I've read that, I understand that. But what else, Lord? What else in those passages are you wanting to teach me? What else can I learn about you as I read the Bible? or with the Holy Spirit. Lord, I want more of your Spirit in my life. I want you to change me. You know, what more do you have for me? What more can you transform in me to make me more like Jesus? And I would just encourage you to be like my hens. Don't become satisfied. Don't think, oh yeah, I've had enough now, Lord. I've been a Christian a long time. I feel like I've got this down. You know, press into Jesus, and have that attitude that says, you know, I want more. I want more freedom. I want more of you, Lord. So yeah, I would just encourage you today to just ask Jesus, what more do you have for me, Lord? And where else can I see you at work in my life? What else can I do with you? Where else can I see you at work and growing in me?